Hi guys! So today I'm going to show you how to make a comfort food classic. It happens to be my favorite, chicken and waffles. First up, we are going to start with our waffles. And I know it seems kind of intimidating at times making waffles from scratch, but I'm telling you, this is incredibly easy. So first, I'm going to start with my dry ingredients. And in front of me, I have all-purpose flour here. And to that, I am gonna add baking powder. I'm gonna add some sugar. Now, you can use a waffle mix, but I'm telling you, this is so incredibly easy, and you probably have all of these ingredients already in your pantry. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. Yes. So this is a savory waffle that's gonna go with my chicken. I'm adding some cheese in here, and I'm gonna be adding some pepper. I'm not just gonna put like a little bit of pepper. I'm gonna put a good amount of pepper in here. Just gonna whisk all of this together so that everything is combined and fully incorporated. These are gonna be really nice and savory, which will pair nicely with my fried chicken. I love me some fried chicken, you guys. Oh my gosh. Fried chicken and waffles just makes me happy. So next, we're gonna move on to our wet ingredients. First, I'm just gonna add some eggs. I'm gonna add 2 eggs in there. I've learned this cool trick and it works for me all the time. If a piece of an eggshell gets into, I guess, the mixing bowl here, to get that shell out, you just use the cracked eggshell and just kind of scoop it out. I don't know about you, but there have been many of times when a piece of an eggshell would get in there and I would be in there trying to get that piece out for days. Literally, for days. But this trick actually really works. I'm gonna add some milk to this. I'm gonna add some melted butter. So I'm using the butter because I want to give this a nice creamier taste. I actually made chicken and waffles one time for a slumber party. We had mimosas, champagne and orange juice. It was so much fun. So now I am going to add my wet ingredients to my dry. All right, there we go. These are gonna be delicious. I'm gonna add the cheese. Now, if you watch this show, whenever I add cheese to any dish, I always say, cheese, glorious cheese. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am a nut. If you don't have a waffle maker, that is okay. I find that it's a pretty good investment. You can get one of these for under $40, and not only that, you don't have to just make waffles in a waffle maker. You can make hash brown waffles or cinnamon bun waffles. This goes a long way. So you want to make sure that your waffle iron is hot and that you've sprayed it with a non-stick spray. All right, so I'm just gonna take this measuring cup here. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it into my waffle maker. I'm using a 1/4 cup measuring cup. The cheese is gonna get really nice and crispy. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. And we wait. All right, you guys, it's ready. It's smelling so good. And look at this, the cheese is nice and crispy, just the way I like it, and I can see little specks of pepper. Oh, this is gonna be so good. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna use this spatula and a fork to kind of help me guide it out here. Thank God for the non-stick spray, because this is not sticking just the way we like it. So I'm just gonna put this on a sheet tray that's been lined with parchment paper. And to keep this nice and warm, I'm just gonna throw it into the oven at 200 degrees. And then I'm gonna work on my chicken. All right, you guys, so you're ready to cook some chicken? I know I am. So first what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add an egg to this mixing bowl, right? And just like I said before, if you get a shell in there, just use the eggshell to scoop it out. But no shells here, yay! Now I'm gonna start building my flavor profiles for this chicken. I'm gonna add some mayo, just a scoop of mayo, just like that. So the mayo will help the breadcrumbs stick to the chicken. So now I'm gonna add some spicy brown mustard. I love this stuff, you guys. It just adds so much flavor to anything. I'm gonna add some salt, some pepper, and then I'm gonna add some hot sauce. Spice this up. So the hot sauce is also gonna help cut the creaminess from the mayo. Combine everything. So next what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna create my dredging station, right? So I have my chicken tenders here. I have my egg mixture here, which is gonna add lots of flavor. And then I have my panko breadcrumbs here, which is gonna give this a really nice crunch. So I'm gonna season my breadcrumbs with some salt and pepper, just adding some more flavor here. We do not want boring chicken. I am not a boring person, and I do not like my food to be boring either. Just kind of mix all of that together there. And now let's get this party started. This is when it starts to get fun. Okay, so I have my chicken tender here, right? So I'm gonna dip it into my egg mixture, just like that. And then I'm gonna bring it over to my breadcrumbs. Toss it around in there. I like how thick the breadcrumbs are. It's gonna give you that really nice crunch to your chicken. All right, so there you go. This is what it looks like. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dredge all of my chicken first before I start frying it, because when I get to the fryer, I just wanna stay there. I don't wanna be like all over the place in the kitchen. So I just wanna do all of this work first. All right, you guys, are you ready to start frying some chicken? I know I am. For some reason, this is my favorite part. I just love fried chicken. Okay, so what I have in front of me is a cast iron skillet, and I put oil in there, and I wanna make sure that it's really nice and hot. This is really important, you guys. And how I'm going to check the temperature is I'm just gonna go ahead and put this wooden spoon or spatula right into the pan. And if it starts to bubble, then I know that my oil is nice and hot, just the way I like it. So you see how it's bubbling right there? So we are ready to start frying. So I'm just gonna put my chicken in 2 at a time. I don't want to overcrowd the pan because I don't want the heat of the oil to drop. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put it in there, just like that. There's that nice sizzle. I love me a good sizzle. I'm gonna let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side until it gets really nice and golden brown. Okay, so I think we are ready. Oh, look at that. So you see how nice and golden brown that is, just the way I like it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna flip my chicken over and let it cook for 2 to 3 minutes on the other side. I think these are just about ready. I'm just gonna check, see if it's nice and brown. Yes, it is. So I'm just gonna take this out. I put some paper towels here, basically to catch the oil. And then I'm just gonna add some salt. I put the salt on just as I've taken it out of the oil so that the salt can stick to the chicken. All right, you guys, so now it's time to plate this up. I have my waffles here. You guys, look at how amazing and delicious this looks. This is like perfection, right? And we're not done yet. I'm gonna add my chicken here. This is not only gonna taste delicious, this looks delicious, right? So you can just drizzle maple syrup on here if you want, but I like to go the distance, right? So I have this sauce that I've made. So what this is, it's just maple syrup, mustard, mayo, and hot sauce. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is like comfort food at its best. I don't know, I just wanna give it a hug. Better yet, I just wanna eat it. So if you guys enjoyed this recipe, you're definitely gonna fall in love with my Nashville hot chicken. Just click the video right here, and I'll see you over there. Bye, guys.